This is day one of my vacation in New York. We had to get up for our flight at around 5 in the morning, so I had to grab a Mountain Dew. Then we drove for about an hour to the nearest airport. But it was all worth it when we touched down in New York City. We hopped on a train over to our hotel, which we were very lucky to be staying in the Draper, one of New York's most popular and luxurious hotels. We then headed over to Times Square and went to the M&M store, and headed over to Broadway to go see Hadestown, which I have to say was one of my favorite Broadway shows that I've ever seen. So this is my first day in New York City. Subscribe. This is day 2 of my vacation in New York City. I started off by taking a tour of NBC's studios. Then I went to the official Nintendo store and got myself a copy of Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I have to say is an amazing game. Then my dad got stopped by a street performer and they flipped over him, so that was pretty funny. But that street performance almost made us late to Wicked, which I have to say was a killer show. I've seen it before, but on Broadway it was just magical. Subscribe. Day 3 of my NYC trip. We woke up really early to hop on a subway, then a ferry, to go see the Statue of Liberty, which I have to say, it was breathtaking. It was so cool to see it in person instead of just photos. Then we saw Alexander Hamilton, Eliza Hamilton, Philip Hamilton, and Angelica Schuyler's grave. Then I went to the iconic Brooklyn Bridge. Then, since my sister is a huge Taylor Swift fan, we had to visit 23rd Cornelia Street, where, if you don't know, that's where Taylor Swift used to live. Subscribe. This is day 4, or my final day in New York City on my vacation. We didn't really do much this day, so as provided by it, we went to the National History Museum. Then we went to Central Park, and it was absolutely breathtaking. And then we went to go see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And then the next day we flew back.